Hey guys, welcome to Bloggernet United. Welcome to another video. And first of all, I want to apologize to you guys. For some reasons they're not very complicated. I've been moving to another apartment. I've been busy this past couple of weeks, and for that reason haven't been able to post a video or just record a video at all. And I want to apologize because this was a crucial moment of the season. I really wanted to do the Europa League and the Champions League final reviews, and this is what this video is going to be. It's mainly going to be the Champions League review, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it of the Europa League as well, and what this means for the whole season as a recap. And I will try to have a next video prepared for maybe later today or tomorrow, about the Barcelona ratings, about all the player performances. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So the Champions League final, Liverpool have beaten Tottenham Hotspur by a score of 2-0, and what can I say, it was a very close match. Not a lot of chances from either team, and it was a little bit disappointing, to be honest. I expected a lot more from both sides. But before getting started with the video, let's get started with the lineups. Liverpool have to start with a lineup of Alisson in net, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk and Robertson in defense. A midfield of Fabinho, Jordan Henderson and Gini Wijnaldum, and a forward line of Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane and Roberto Firmino. Pochettino opted to start with a lineup of Lloris in net, Trippier, Alderweireld, Vertonghen and Danny Rose in defense, a midfield duo of Sissoko and wings, and a forward line of Eriksen, Ali and Son as the attacking midfielders, and a number 9 in Harry Kane. And with that said, I'm going to start with Tottenham because it's the easiest to talk about it, because Tottenham did kind of what I expected. They conceded early, which I thought it was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen that fast or by a penalty shoutout. But yeah, I thought Tottenham wouldn't concede early because the pressure, I've seen Tottenham crumble under pressure a lot of times. But I thought they were going to give a lot more fight than they gave. But to be fair, this was a lot better than the games against Manchester City and Ajax. I thought they showed a lot more attitude and caused a lot more damage to Liverpool than I thought they were going to. And to that I say that it's probably most likely that it was Liverpool's own doing that they couldn't finish the game off early on in the game, because I thought that Liverpool just played a little bit scared, you know, like they had basically what Ajax had in the second game against Tottenham Hotspur, because like they have everything to finish Spurs off, but for some reason they just did not do it at all, you know. Like you had the likes of like Mane and Salah, you have a lot of speed in the wings and you couldn't utilize it properly. Tottenham had to chase the goal and were not capable of it, and I thought it was a little bit disappointing from my standpoint, because I was supporting Liverpool. If I had any second team in the world right now, it's Liverpool. I mean, first Barcelona, and it hurt when Liverpool beat Barcelona, but if anyone was going to beat Barcelona, it was this incredible Liverpool side. And I think Jurgen Klopp is being fair. I think football is being fair with Jurgen Klopp, more like it, because he's finally won the Champions League and he deserves it. He's worked with Dortmund and Liverpool, has been fantastic. He's played some fantastic football. It's not Barcelona type of football, it's not a possession heavy based football, but it is really interesting to me and I really like it. Would he fit as the Barcelona manager? I'm not so sure about that, but it definitely suits his playstyle and that is fantastic to watch. I thought that the Champions League final was going to be a lot, I don't know, it left like a sour taste in my mouth. I thought it was going to be a lot better than what it was. But, you know, weird things happening around, and this just tells you that how did Liverpool suffer so much Or more like it, how did Liverpool got beaten by Barcelona playing the best football ever? Like, they lost 3-0 at the Camp Nou versus Barcelona against a really bad Barcelona, and they playing really well, and they lost 3-0. And in this game, they had so much struggles to even score goals. And this might sound weird because I'm criticizing the team that just won the Champions League, but I think that Klopp is going to recognize that, yes, he won the trophy. He deserves to win the trophy. I'm not taking that away from him. He completely deserves to win the Champions League. But I think he knows that he could have played better. That his team has a lot more to offer, and I think that with some small little additions, maybe another midfielder that can replace finally Felipe Coutinho, or another center back, that's enough to take Liverpool to the next level, to make them complete favorites for the Premier League title next season. And they're favorites already. They're completely capable of challenging Manchester City, but they're gonna need to keep their level to challenge that beast from Pep Guardiola in Manchester City. I think that you have to recognize the work that Pochettino's done. It's been absolutely fantastic. You know, making Sissoko player of the season, that's a trophy itself. Like, I mean, you have a midfield duo of Sissoko and Wings, and you've managed to reach a Champions League final. I just have to give you props, even if half of your Champions League knockout tactics were just bumping the ball to Llorente and Kane. That's fine, because you were playing a midfield duo of Sissoko and Wings. How much different would it have been if you had Rabiot and Kovacic in midfield? I think a lot more, but you did what you could. You have a team that's fantastic. I think that if you can keep this side and just replace your midfield, I think as long as you can replace your midfield with players like Rabiot and Kovacic-ish, I think that would make you that would push you to title challengers. Adding those two pieces to your squad, maybe another forward, but Pochettino's done a fantastic job. He's honestly one of my favorite managers in the world. It's a shame that he says he's never going to coach Barcelona, obviously, because of his past with Espanyol, but I think that he will be a fantastic manager for Barcelona, and I think that if he joins Real Madrid at any point, it's going to be a problem, because he's a fantastic manager if they allow him to do things. What does this mean for next season for Barcelona? This means that there's work to be done, obviously. Valverde needs to leave, and Valverde needs to leave not because we've lost the Champions League, because I want everyone to know, to recognize that now, right now, if Barcelona would have won the treble, or if Barcelona would have won the Champions League, then everyone would be saying that Valverde is the best coach in the world. The difference between, so you're telling me that the difference between Valverde being a good coach or not is winning trophies? That is completely false, because Valverde, by one game you cannot judge an entire season. If we would have beat Liverpool and if we would have been Tottenham in the final, you're telling me that we are the best team in the world, when in reality we're not. If we would have won the Champions League, we would have won it by luck. And the only reason that we won the La Liga is because Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid have down a level so much that not even our worst ever season that I can remember from like before Pep Guardiola, this has been absolutely horrendous from the two Madrid sides. That's the only reason that we won. So we have to recognize that we won because we were not pushed at any point during the La Liga season. When we were pushed at moments during the Champions League, we saw what happened. We started to suffer against Lyon, against a really bad Manchester United side. This cannot be allowed to happen anymore. But we have to understand that it's not because we didn't win the Champions League. It's because of how we play, and what does that transmit to the players and the fan base. And with all that said and done, I think that's enough for the Champions League. I hope for next season that Barcelona can do a lot better. I hope that we can sign the right players, let some players go away. There's a lot to talk about. I've missed so much to catch up. I'm gonna have to do so many videos, and I promise I'm gonna be uploading so many more videos in the near future. Really quick, talking about the Europa League final. It was very close. It was a very close game. That was a lot more of an interesting game, even though there weren't many chances created in the first half. I thought it was a lot of an interesting game. Eden Hazard, his final game for Chelsea, I'm sure it was a great one. He's been a great servant to Chelsea. Unfortunately, he's going to be going to Real Madrid. He's a fantastic player. Hopefully, he can stop Vinicius from progressing as a player, because I don't want Real Madrid to get any better. But I think that if you're stopping at Eden Hazard, I think you're still missing something, because you need a goal scorer, and Benzema's not a reliable goal scorer. But talking about the Europa League final, Arsenal were close. They don't have a squad. Like, they don't have a squad that needs. They need a squad that's a lot better. I think they know that. I think Unai Emery knows it, but he was close. He could have won that Europa League, and I think one game doesn't. It shouldn't matter for your season. Yes, you're not gonna be playing Champions League football next season. That's important. But let Emery work. Do his thing, and I'm sure that he can. If he is given the money, the time, he will be able to deliver eventually. Like, he's a really good coach. I think he's done a good job. Like, he competed for the top 4. He played good football, in my opinion, for most parts of the season. You reached a Europa League final. I think asking more of Unai Emery, it's a mistake. I think that he's a fantastic coach. He has proven it along his coaching career, and it'll be great to see next season in the Premier League what's going to happen and who's going to make top 4 next season. Now, you also have Mauricio Sarri, who Sarri won the Europa League, and if he wouldn't have won the Europa League, I'm sure that his job would have been heavily in jeopardy. Because, and that's what I say, one game shouldn't define your whole season. Your game, your play, your trajectory during the whole season, that's what should determine how good you've been. Have you been able to compete well? How have you played? Have you played completely horrendous? Do you need other players to play how you want to play? These are all things to evaluate, and things that are important to know. Same thing goes for Barcelona in this scenario. Are you gonna be happy with just winning trophies and winning trophies and winning trophies? Or do you wanna win trophies in the same amount of way? Because the reality is, no one has won more titles than Barcelona in the 2008-2009 season, and we've done it by playing the best football in the world. So, and Pep Guardiola, he's winning the Premier League titles by an obscene amount of points, playing fantastic football without Xavi, without Iniesta, without Messi, without Busquets. So it is possible to play like we want to play, because there's plenty of good players out there to play how we want to play. So with all that said and done, this is the both reviews for the Europa League and Champions League final. It was a great season. Copa America is coming up. I'm hoping that I can do a whole trajectory of the Copa America, or at least the most important things coming from the Copa. And well, I'll be seeing you soon, Blaugranas, because this will be an intense summer. Let's hope for the best for Barcelona next season. A video coming up is going to be the player ratings for the season. And with all that said and done, leave me comments in the comment section below. What do you think about the season? Who you think should have won the Champions League? And what are your thoughts on the whole Barcelona season as an entity? With all that said and done, comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, Blaugranas.